times the sum of two consecutive integers. So two consecutive integers, that means two numbers that are one right after the other. So if, say, x is the first number, whatever it is, the next one would be x plus 1. And if I want 4 times the sum of these consecutive integers, then I'll have 4 times the first integer plus the second integer. So I'll rewrite what's in the brackets. X plus 1. X plus x is 2 x's plus 1. And then 4 times that would be 4 times 2x plus 4 times 1. So this is, it doesn't tell you what the numbers are, but that's the formula for 4 times the sum of 2 consecutive integers. In case you're on Jeopardy or something. I don't even watch Jeopardy anymore. Okay, the next one is just an example of maybe word problems that you'll find. Because they are algebraic in nature. 2 times the product of the smallest and largest of 3 consecutive integers. So 2, okay, this one has 3 consecutive integers. So this is the first number, x, whatever that is. The second number right next to it, right behind it, right after it is x plus 1. And the third one is x plus 2. So these are your 3 numbers. The first number, the second number, and the third number. And they want 2 times the product of the smallest one and the largest one. So product is keyword for multiplication. So I'm going to times the smallest one, times the largest one. So x times x plus 2. And they want 2 times that. So whatever this gives us, we need 2 times that. Okay. So we do what's in the brackets first. I'm just going to rewrite it. X times x is x squared. It's like a little invisible one here, an invisible one here. And when you add them, you keep the x like the base, the essential amount, and you add the exponent. So 1 plus 1 gives us this 2, x squared. And now x times 2 is 2x. So now I'm going to multiply 2 times that. 2 times this x squared is 2x squared. And 2 times 2x is 4x. Again, it doesn't tell us the number, what the numbers are, but this is the formula on how to get the smallest of 3 consecutive integers times the largest times 2. So we're going to be dividing stuff that's more than just numbers. Okay, say you had, if you remember this, 14 divided by 296. Okay, the way you do this is you'd see how many times can 14 go into the first two numbers, 29. So twice, 14 times 2 is 28. Subtract this. I do 9 minus 8, 1. 2 minus 2, 0. And the reason I do, well, I definitely want the first term or the first number to cancel out. I don't want to do this and still have a number here. That means I didn't choose the right number in the first place in this situation. So I bring down my 6. And how many times can 14 go into 16? One time. 14 times 1. Remember, this number has to cancel or else I didn't do something correctly. 6 minus 4 is 2. And there's nothing else I can bring down. So that's it. That means 14 times 21 is very close to 296 without going over. So I would write my answer 21. Remainder of 2, or since we're older and smarter now, we do 21 and 2 over whatever we started with over here, which is 14. And remember, anytime you can reduce your fraction, you should. So 21 and 1 over 7 would be the answer. So now we're going to do that same thing with bigger and more elaborate problems. Okay. So we have x squared minus 12x. That's not a very good minus. Minus 12x plus 36. I'm going to divide that by, I know this looks crazy already, by x minus 6. So just like the other problem, I'm going to look at the first two terms, the x and the minus 6, and I'm going to go in these first two terms. And I'm really focusing on this first term. So I'm look here and I say I need this to, what can I multiply x by to give me an x squared? I multiply it by an x. So I know I'm going to have an x here. And then I'm trying to also get rid of this 12. So 6 times what would give me 12? 2. So I'm going to start there. And if it doesn't work, I can just cancel it and start again. But I'm going to try 2x times minus 6. 2x times minus 6 gives me minus 12x. And then 2x times x gives me 2x squared. Then I want to subtract this from the top part, which really means I'm going to change every sign on the bottom. So if this is a minus, it becomes plus. If this is a plus, it becomes minus. And then I add, kind of like when we were doing the system of equations and we were trying to get rid of the X or get rid of the Y. The same similar situation. So now I would add these. And I have nothing here. Now I have minus X squared. And remember I said that if you get something, if you still have a value for this first part, then you did something wrong. So we'll just cross this off. And start again, and this time we're not going to choose 2x. Okay, so x minus 6. Minus 12x plus 36. I'm not going to choose 2x, I'm just going to choose maybe just an x. So x times minus 6 is minus 6x. And x times x is x squared. Remember I told you they had the little invisible one as an exponent. So I'm going to subtract this bottom from the top one, which means I'm going to change the sign for everyone on the bottom. If this is a plus, he's now minus. If this is a minus, he's now plus. I add those to each other. I have minus 6x. X squared minus x squared, this is gone, right? Which is what we wanted. Then I'm going to bring down the next term. Plus 36. And I'm really looking at, I'm focusing on this first term because that's what I want to get rid of. So x times 6 plus 6. X times minus 6 would give me this minus 6x. So I'm going to now keep the minus 6 here. Negative 6 times negative 6 is positive 36. Negative 6 times x is minus 6x. And when I combine those, remember I'm going to change everyone on the bottom their sign. So if this is minus, it becomes plus. If this is plus, it becomes minus. And then I can add those two equations together. 36 minus 36, nothing. Minus 6x plus 6x, nothing. So I don't have a remainder. I don't have anything left over. Which means my answer to this divided into this is x minus 6. So x minus 6 times x minus 6 gives me this x squared minus 12x plus 36. So this is my answer. I have 12x cubed minus 7x squared y minus 7xy squared plus 2y cubed. Divided by 3x plus 2y. So I'm going to look at the first two terms, and put my answer, what I'm gonna multiply it by, over the second term. I'm really concentrating on getting rid of this first term. So 3x needs to be multiplied by what to give me 12x cubed. So I'm missing 3 times 4 will give me 12. And here I have 1x. And here I have 3 x's, so I need 2 more. I need to multiply by 2 more x's. Okay, so now I want to multiply this term by the 2y and this term by the 3x. So 4x squared times 2y gives me 4 times 2 is 8. X squared. And the y from here. That's positive. Then 4x squared times 3x. 4 times 3 is 12. X squared times x is x cubed. And then I'm going to change the sign of everyone on the bottom. So this is now a minus. This is now a minus. I'm going to add these two. So minus 7x squared y minus another 8x squared y. I'm getting more negative, so it's minus 15 x squared y. 12x cubed minus 12x cubed, that's gone. Remember, that's what I want to happen. I want this whole first term business to be gone. I bring down what's next, minus 7xy squared. I'm looking at the first term to get rid of the first term. So 3x into this 15x squared y. What do I need to do to 3 to get it to be 15 minus 5? And then the x, I have 1x here, I have 2 x's here. Need to multiply by another x. And I need to multiply by y, because he doesn't even have a y. So now I'm going to multiply both of those terms by minus 5xy. So minus 5xy times 2y is minus 5 times 2 is minus 10. X, I only have one x, so x. I have 1y here times y here, so that's y squared. So this is my invisible one. Minus 5xy times 3x. Minus 5 times 3 is minus 15. X times x is x squared. Y times nothing, it's just y. I'm going to change the sign of everyone on the bottom. So if this is a minus, it's now a plus. This is a minus, it's now a plus. I'll add these two together. Negative 7xy squared plus 10xy squared is the same as 10 minus 7. So 3xy squared plus minus 15x squared y plus 15x squared y. This is gone, which is what we want to happen. And bring down the next term, which is plus 2y cubed I'm looking at this first term, 3x, with the 3x y squared, because that's what I want to get rid of. When I add them together, I want that to be gone. So I'll say 3 times 1 gives me the 3. It's going to be positive. I have 1x here. I have 1x here, so I don't need to do anything. I have nothing here, but I have y squared here, so it needs to be a y squared. That's what I'm missing. I'm going to multiply this y squared by the 2y and the 3x. So y squared times 2y gives me plus 2 y cubed. I have 3, that's 2 plus 1. Y squared times 3x gives me plus 3x y squared. I'm going to change the sign of every term on the bottom. This is now a minus. This is now a minus. 2y cubed minus 2y cubed, nothing. 3xy squared minus 3xy squared, nothing. So I have no remainder, which is good. So the answer, when I divide 3x plus 2y into 12x cubed minus 7x squared y minus 7xy squared plus 2y cubed, is this. That's the product. So if I were to do this, 4x squared minus 5xy plus y squared. If I were to multiply this times the 3x plus 2y, I'm going to get back this whole thing. Okay, slowly. 2y, I'm going to put the little invisible 1 here against everyone that doesn't have it, okay? 2y times y squared. 2y, 2 plus 1 is 3. A plus. 2y times minus 5xy gives me minus 10 x and then y squared. And then 2y times 4x squared. This is a mess. Is positive 8 x squared y. Now I'm going to do the 3x. So 3x times y squared. I'm going to move over 1. It is 3x y squared, positive. And then 3x times minus 5xy is minus 15x squared y. And then 3x times 4x squared. 4 times 3 is 12. X squared times x to the 1 is x cubed. And then I'll add those together. 2y cubed plus nothing is 2y cubed. minus 10x squared, sorry, minus 10xy squared plus 3xy squared is minus 7xy squared. I'm gonna fix this minus sign because I don't like how it looks. It's a hot mess. So minus, that's a minus sign. Good job. Minus 15x squared y plus 8x squared y is minus 7x squared y. 12x cubed. So this is exactly the same thing I started with. So that means my answer was correct. I'm gonna stop here because this is a lot. This is a lot to digest.